At exactly 2:45 in the morning local time, hidden beneath a decaying industrial warehouse in occupied Donetsk, Russia's most secretive and elite drone warfare unit is operating in complete silence. This is the Rubicon Unmanned Systems Command, a high-tech nervous system controlling thousands of autonomous strikes across the front line. The officers inside are surrounded by tens of millions of dollars of encrypted communication servers, feeling absolutely untouchable beneath 3 feet of reinforced concrete. They are currently finalizing the code for a massive, coordinated winter drone offensive, but they are completely unaware that in exactly 90 seconds, their irreplaceable command center will be reduced to a smoking crater of melted silicon and vaporized steel. The incoming threat is not a multi-million-dollar cruise missile, but a swarm of Ukrainian autonomous drones that cost less than a used sedan. The overarching masterstroke of this operation will not just end here in Donetsk. The shockwave of this localized destruction is actively designed to trigger a catastrophic cascading failure inside Russia's most secure aircraft production facilities hundreds of miles away. As the first Ukrainian drone breaches the city limits, it encounters a massive wall of electronic interference broadcasted by a Russian jamming vehicle. Instead of falling out of the sky, the drone's artificial intelligence instantly recognizes the frequency, seamlessly cuts its radio link, and switches to purely optical terrain mapping, rendering the million-dollar jammer entirely useless in a fraction of a second. Before we continue, make sure to hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. With the electronic warfare barrier completely bypassed, the silent assassin drops to an altitude of just 40 feet, skimming the rooftops of the sleeping city. It is flying so low that the turbulence rattles the loose shingles on the abandoned homes below. This lead drone is not carrying a heavy explosive payload. It is a dedicated electronic warfare scout equipped with a specialized sniffing algorithm. Its single purpose is to hunt down the localized air defense systems protecting the Rubicon facility. Suddenly, the drone's sensors detect a sharp spike in thermal radiation dead ahead. It is a Russian anti-aircraft battery, specifically a rapid-fire twin-barrel cannon hidden under a camouflage net, sweeping the low-altitude corridors. The Russian operators, relying on their passive thermal optics, spot the incoming heat signature of the drone's battery pack. In a panic, they squeeze the trigger, sending a wall of heavy armor-piercing incendiary rounds tearing through the night sky. The Ukrainian drone does not attempt an evasive maneuver. In a brilliant display of sacrificial programming, it flies directly down the throat of the incoming fire. In the final 0.8 seconds before it is shredded by the heavy caliber bullets, its optical cameras pinpoint the exact muzzle flash of the cannon, calculate the precise geographical coordinates, and beam that critical targeting data back to the rest of the swarm waiting patiently in the darkness. The destruction of the scout drone triggers a chorus of cheers from the Russian gunners, who genuinely believe they have just thwarted the attack and saved the Rubicon Center. Their celebration lasts for exactly 11 seconds. Having received the exact coordinates of the anti-aircraft gun, 2 heavily armed strike drones from the main swarm immediately detach and execute a synchronized high-speed dive from opposite directions. The Russian operators desperately try to swing their heavy manual turrets around, but they are trying to solve an impossible geometric problem against machines that do not feel fear or fatigue. The first strike drone slams directly into the sandbags protecting the front of the gun emplacement, detonating its high-explosive fragmentation warhead. The sheer concussive force throws the gunners to the ground, completely deafening them and shattering the cannon's delicate optical sights. A mere 1.5 seconds later, the second drone delivers the fatal blow, striking the exposed ammunition boxes stacked carelessly behind the gun. Thousands of heavy-caliber rounds cook off simultaneously in a blinding, chaotic fireworks display of secondary explosions. The primary physical defense layer protecting Russia's most elite drone commanders has just been violently dismantled by 2 cheap pieces of molded plastic and a few pounds of explosives, leaving the front door of the warehouse wide open. Inside the subterranean Rubicon command center, the muffled thumps of the surface explosions instantly transform the quiet hum of servers into a panicked frenzy of shouting officers. The commanding general realizes the perimeter has fallen and makes a desperate split-second decision to initiate a full emergency data purge. His goal is to save the irreplaceable neural network algorithms and the classified flight paths of his entire drone fleet by transferring them to a secure server hundreds of miles away in mainland Russia. A progress bar appears on the main screen, estimating that the transfer will take precisely 120 seconds to complete. Above ground, the remaining 4 drones of the Ukrainian swarm arrive at the target site, but they face a seemingly insurmountable obstacle. The roof of the command center is an impenetrable slab of solid concrete, easily capable of shrugging off their small-shaped charge warheads. A direct hit on the roof would be nothing more than a loud knock on a thick door. But the drones are not aiming for the roof. Guided by incredibly precise satellite intelligence and advanced artificial intelligence visual recognition, they enter a steep, spiraling dive, threading the needle between the surrounding buildings. Their cameras lock onto a tiny, 1-foot-wide thermal anomaly protruding from the side of the warehouse, the main ventilation exhaust pipe feeding fresh air into the underground bunker. The first drone slides perfectly into the narrow steel ventilation shaft, traveling at over 100 miles per hour. As it impacts the inner grating, its specialized warhead detonates, initiating a terrifying sequence of microphysics. The explosion instantly collapses a conical copper liner into a superheated, hypervelocity jet of molten metal. This finger of liquid fire, traveling at thousands of feet per second, punches straight down the shaft, obliterating the blast doors and severing the main power conduits supplying the entire bunker. All the lights extinguish instantly. On the command screen, the data transfer progress bar freezes at 99% before the monitors crackle into blackness. The second drone follows the exact same path a half-second later, but its payload is entirely different. It carries a potent thermobaric charge designed specifically for enclosed spaces. As it detonates inside the now exposed server room, it disperses a cloud of highly volatile aerosol fuel before igniting it in a massive secondary blast. The resulting pressure wave is utterly catastrophic, bouncing off the concrete walls and amplifying its own destructive force. The extreme heat flash instantly melts the server racks, turning the millions of dollars of cutting-edge hardware and the irreplaceable drone algorithms into useless puddles of molten silicon and slag. The brains of Russia's unmanned operations in the sector have just been permanently erased. The immediate tactical fallout is staggering, but the Ukrainian command is not finished. They are playing a much larger, multi-dimensional game of chess. While the Russian military scrambles to comprehend the sudden, terrifying silence from their elite Rubicon unit in Donetsk, a second, far more audacious operation is already unfolding deep inside Russian territory. The data link severing in the Donetsk bunker was not just a localized victory. It was the digital equivalent of pulling the fire alarm in a crowded theater to distract the security guards. Hundreds of miles away, completely undetected by the momentarily confused and rerouting Russian early warning networks, a massive formation of long-range Ukrainian attack drones is silently crossing the border. Their target is not a frontline trench or a temporary ammunition dump, but the very industrial heart of Russia's air power. They are zeroing in on a sprawling, highly classified aviation repair and production facility tasked with maintaining the formidable fleet of supersonic bombers and fighter jets. The loss of the Rubicon Center has created a tiny, fleeting window of electronic chaos across the regional defense grid, a momentary blind spot that the Ukrainian artificial intelligence has been waiting for. The real heist is about to begin, and the Russian commanders have absolutely no idea that their most valuable strategic assets are sitting directly in the crosshairs. 400 miles deep into Russian airspace, a swarm of 35 Ukrainian long-range attack drones is utilizing the newly created radar blind spot to slip past the outer defense perimeter. These are not the small quadcopters used in Donetsk. These are fixed-wing, propeller-driven machines carrying 85 pounds of high explosives, flying just above the treetops. Suddenly, a mobile early warning radar system, recovering from the digital shockwave of the Donetsk attack, manages to paint the incoming formation. A localized air raid siren begins to scream, and the Russian operators prepare to launch a barrage of interceptor missiles. But the Ukrainian artificial intelligence anticipates this exact move. In a split second, 5 of the drones abruptly detach from the main group and pitch their noses upward, climbing aggressively to an altitude of 4,000 feet. They intentionally increase their radar cross-section, acting as screaming decoys. The Russian radar operators immediately take the bait, locking onto the high-altitude targets and firing 4 surface-to-air missiles. At a cost of $2 million per missile, the interceptors obliterate the 5 cheap drones in brilliant flashes of light. The operators cheer, believing they have neutralized the threat, completely blind to the fact that the remaining 30 drones have used the distraction to dive even lower, hugging a riverbed that leads directly into the heart of the aviation repair facility. The target looming in the darkness is a sprawling, multi-billion-dollar industrial complex responsible for modernizing and repairing Russia's fleet of strategic bombers. The crown jewel of this facility is a reinforced concrete hangar currently housing 2 heavily damaged supersonic bombers, waiting for specialized engine replacements. Protecting this high-value asset is a ring of automated point defense cannons, designed to throw a wall of lead into the sky. As the 30 Ukrainian drones approach the perimeter, the automated cannons detect their acoustic signatures and instantly spring to life. Thousands of tracer rounds light up the night, creating an impenetrable dome of defensive fire. 3 drones are instantly shredded, raining burning debris onto the tarmac below. The mission seems on the verge of failure against this overwhelming kinetic wall. However, the drones are programmed with a brutal, calculating swarm logic. Instead of retreating, they accelerate to their maximum speed of 120 miles per hour and intentionally fly in a chaotic, weaving pattern that overwhelms the targeting computers of the point defense cannons. The simultaneous detonations shear the massive steel pins completely off their mounts. The catastrophic structural failure causes the 100-ton steel doors to detach and violently crash inward, crushing specialized diagnostic equipment and leaving the highly sensitive interior of the hangar completely exposed. The base commander's relief instantly turns to horror as he realizes the impenetrable fortress has just been breached, and the remaining 8 drones are already adjusting their flight paths to enter the yawning abyss of the opened hangar. Inside the cavernous structure, the 2 supersonic bombers sit completely helpless, their delicate internal wiring and fuel lines exposed for maintenance. A team of night shift engineers scrambles for the emergency exits as the high-pitched whine of the incoming drones echoes off the concrete walls. The first drone navigates the tight confines of the hangar with terrifying precision, identifying the thermal signature of a portable aviation fuel bowser parked dangerously close to the first bomber. The drone impacts the tank directly, igniting 1,500 gallons of highly refined jet fuel in a fraction of a second. The resulting fireball expands outward with devastating speed, engulfing the entire left wing of the first aircraft and instantly melting its complex avionics suite. But the Ukrainian swarm is not just aiming for random destruction. They are targeting the exact bottlenecks of Russian logistics. The next 2 drones bypass the burning aircraft entirely and dive toward a row of pristine, freshly manufactured turbojet engines sitting on reinforced mounting stands. These engines require thousands of hours of precision machining and are nearly impossible to replace under current international sanctions. The shape-charged warheads punch through the titanium casings, shattering the delicate compressor blades into thousands of pieces of high-velocity shrapnel that tear through the rest of the workspace. The cascading sequence of explosions within the hangar triggers the facility's automated chemical fire suppression system. Massive overhead valves open, preparing to flood the area with thousands of gallons of specialized foam to save whatever is left of the multi-million-dollar bombers. The Russian-based security forces, rallying outside the burning building, wait for the foam to suppress the flames so they can enter. But the Ukrainian mission planners had anticipated this exact automated response. The final 5 drones of the strike package, which had been loitering in a holding pattern high above the facility, suddenly drop from the sky. They completely ignore the burning hangar and instead plunge toward a small, seemingly insignificant concrete utility building a quarter of a mile away. This structure houses the main pressurized water pumps and chemical reservoirs for the entire complex. The simultaneous impacts vaporize the primary pumping mechanisms, instantly cutting the water pressure to 0. The overhead valves inside the hangar let out a dying hiss as the fire suppression system completely fails. The fires, now completely uncontrolled, spread rapidly from the hangar to the adjacent testing laboratories, threatening to consume the entire industrial block. The Russian military has not just lost 2 bombers. They have lost the physical capability to repair their fleet for the foreseeable future. The inferno inside the hangar now burns at over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, a temperature high enough to warp the structural steel beams of the roof. Outside, the Russian base commander makes a desperate final attempt to save his burning fleet by deploying a convoy of 6 heavy fire trucks from the neighboring municipal district. These massive red vehicles, carrying thousands of gallons of water, roar toward the perimeter gates, their sirens wailing through the smoke-filled air. The commander believes he finally has a physical countermeasure to the electronic nightmare unfolding before him. But the Ukrainian mission planners had mapped the emergency response routes weeks in advance. High above the chaos, a single loitering drone, acting as an Overwatch sentry, detects the heavy diesel engines of the approaching fire trucks. The drone does not dive toward the trucks. Instead, it targets the narrow concrete bridge leading directly over a drainage canal to the main entrance of the base. It plunges into the center of the bridge just as the lead fire truck begins to cross. The shaped charge detonation vaporizes the bridge's main support pillar, sending the 50-ton fire truck crashing into the deep concrete trench below. The wreckage instantly creates an impassable physical barricade, completely blocking the remaining 5 fire trucks from reaching the inferno. The Russian base commander is forced to watch in absolute horror as his multi-billion-dollar aviation assets burn to ash, blocked by a single crater and a pile of twisted metal. As dawn breaks over the smoldering ruins of the aviation facility, the sheer magnitude of the strategic disaster finally reaches the highest levels of military command in Moscow. The generals sitting in their pristine offices are not just looking at a massive financial loss. They are staring at a terrifying synchronization of asymmetrical warfare. The destruction of the Rubicon unmanned systems unit in occupied Donetsk was never an isolated frontline tactical strike. It was the deliberate blinding of Russia's most sophisticated electronic coordination network. The Rubicon Center housed the only advanced artificial intelligence prediction models capable of analyzing overlapping drone swarm trajectories across multiple time zones. By vaporizing that command center first, Ukraine effectively severed the optic nerve of the Russian aerospace defense grid. For precisely 4 critical hours, the entire Western military district was operating blind, relying on outdated analog reporting methods while the Ukrainian long-range swarm bypassed their billion-dollar radar umbrellas. The Russian leadership thought they were fighting 2 separate localized fires, but they were actually the victims of a single continent-spanning decapitation strike. For the cost of roughly $150,000 in fiberglass and commercial electronics, Ukraine has paralyzed a multi-billion-dollar aerospace supply chain and permanently erased the digital brains of the frontline drone war. The fallout from this dual-pronged masterclass extends far beyond the immediate loss of hardware and personnel. The entire paradigm of 21st century combat has been violently rewritten overnight. For decades, military doctrine dictated that projecting deep strategic power required multi-million-dollar stealth aircraft, massive logistical trains, and thousands of highly trained personnel. Ukraine has just proven that a handful of engineers sitting in an undisclosed bunker with laptops and cheap satellite uplinks can dismantle the industrial backbone of a nuclear superpower.